And I've always liked LeBron, but him being a bully, it turned me off, Dan. Going on Pat's show just bullying people. Because, LeBron, he's a control freak. He knows everything he's doing.
LeBron James just got absolutely torched by Charles Barkley, and this time, it was personal. We've seen Barkley criticize LeBron before. We've heard the endless GOAT debate takes. We've watched him defend Michael Jordan for years. But what Barkley said on national television this time hit differently. He didn't just question LeBron's legacy. He questioned his character. Barkley flat out called LeBron a bully. He labeled him a control freak. And after decades of praising LeBron's greatness on the court, Barkley made it clear that something has fundamentally changed in how he views him as a man. And here's the real twist: Barkley isn't standing alone. Scottie Pippen has jumped into the conversation with shots of his own. More legends are lining up, and none of them are pulling punches. So what exactly did Barkley say that set the basketball world on fire? Why is LeBron suddenly catching heat from so many Hall of Famers at the same time? And is there actually truth behind these criticisms, or is this just another case of old-school legends refusing to respect modern greatness? Let's break it all down. It all started with a decision that genuinely surprised a lot of people. In March 2025, LeBron James appeared on the Pat McAfee show and chose to go directly at the media. Not just random voices either. He went straight for Stephen A. Smith, the most powerful name in sports television. And then he turned his attention to Brian Windhorst, a reporter who has followed LeBron's career since he was a teenager growing up in Akron. That moment opened the floodgates, and Barkley didn't hesitate to walk right through them.
Like, I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird.
A man who had been in LeBron's corner for more than 2 decades was watching all of this unfold. And then Charles Barkley finally spoke. A few days later, he sat down with Dan Patrick and delivered one of the harshest assessments of LeBron James we've heard in years. There was no sugarcoating, no diplomacy, no walking anything back. Barkley said exactly what was on his mind, and he didn't care how it landed.
They both had an awful week. LeBron, he's too big to be that type of bully. To bully Stephen A. and to bully Brian Windhorst. Brian Windhorst is a sweet person, man. He's just trying to do his thing. And I've always liked LeBron, but him being a bully, it turned me off, Dan.
Think about what just happened. Charles Barkley, a man who has consistently praised LeBron's talent and defended him in countless debates over the years, just called him a bully on national television. He said it flat out turned him off. That's not basketball criticism. That's personal. That's Barkley saying something fundamentally shifted in how he sees LeBron as a man, not just as a player. And he wasn't done yet. Barkley kept going, and what he said next cut even deeper.
And Stephen A. is a good dude, man. For him to react, LeBron, like I say, I blame him for starting the bullying, going on Pat's show just bullying people. Because, LeBron, he's a control freak. He knows everything he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows everything he's doing. He knew when he walked up to Stephen A. what he was doing.
A control freak. That's the word Barkley used. In his view, nothing LeBron does is accidental. Every move is calculated. Every confrontation is intentional. When LeBron walked up to Stephen A. Smith courtside at that Lakers game, Barkley believes he knew exactly what he was doing. It wasn't emotion, it was a message. An attempt to intimidate. And Barkley wasn't buying it, but here's where it gets really interesting. This criticism didn't come out of nowhere. It isn't a sudden change of heart. It's the latest chapter in a story Barkley has been telling about LeBron for more than a decade. And when you connect all the dots, the picture he paints is devastating. Because Barkley has never questioned LeBron's talent. Not his stats. Not his basketball IQ. He's always challenged something deeper, something at the very core of who LeBron is as a competitor. Back in May 2023, Barkley appeared on the Spit-In Sheetlets podcast and explained exactly what separates LeBron, in his mind, from the true all-time greats. And honestly, it may be the most brutal assessment of LeBron's legacy anyone has ever delivered.
First of all, they're 3 of the greatest players ever. But LeBron's a nice guy. Nobody ever said that shit about Michael and Kobe. Nobody ever said, man, that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they're nice guys. Nobody ever said that shit. Michael and Kobe, they were dangerous. They'd kill your ass. LeBron's great, 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 but he's a nice guy.
LeBron is a nice guy on the surface. That sounds like praise. But in Charles Barkley's world, the world of killers like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, that might be the worst thing you can say about a superstar. Because nice means you don't have that thing. The edge. The darkness. The part of you that makes opponents uneasy the moment you walk into the building. The kind of presence that makes teams feel defeated before the ball even goes up. Barkley didn't stop there. On that same podcast, he broke it down even further, explaining why, in his eyes, being a nice guy is exactly what separates LeBron from the most ruthless competitors the game has ever seen.
He had to learn to be competitive because the killer instinct is not something like I've never, and Michael was one of my best friends ever, and I got to know Kobe a little bit. They will kill you to win. LeBron, he wants to win. He wants to win. But LeBron at the end of the day is a really nice guy. So you can't learn to be a natural-born killer.
You can't learn to be a natural-born killer. That's Charles Barkley's verdict on LeBron James. What he's saying is simple but brutal. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were born with something LeBron doesn't have. No amount of training, no years of experience, no number of championships can manufacture that killer instinct if it isn't already inside you. And according to Barkley, LeBron simply doesn't have it. Now, if this were just Barkley talking, you could brush it off. Maybe it's personal. Maybe it's headline chasing. Maybe it's just an old-school mentality clashing with the modern game, but here's the problem for LeBron fans. Barkley isn't alone. Not even close. Just this past January, Scottie Pippen sat down for an interview on the PBD podcast with Patrick Bet-David and delivered his own devastating assessment of LeBron's career. And this isn't just anyone talking. This is Scottie Pippen, the man who won 6 championships alongside Michael Jordan, who was present for every Bulls title run of the 1990s. If anyone truly understands what championship greatness looks like, it's him.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron?
As a team standpoint.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron as a team standpoint?
My success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
6 rings. Scottie Pippen, the man most people call the greatest sidekick in NBA histories, openly claiming he's been more successful than LeBron James. Let that sink in. LeBron has every individual accolade imaginable. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's been to 10 NBA finals. His resume is stacked with records that may never be touched. And Pippen is saying none of that matters. Because when it comes to the only thing that truly counts, winning championships, he believes he has LeBron beat. 6 rings to 4. No debate in his mind. And when the host tried to push back, Pippen didn't hesitate. He doubled down and delivered a line that cut straight to the core of LeBron's legacy.
You want individual accolades or you want championships? Because I didn't chase mine.
I didn't chase mine. That single sentence is a direct shot at everything LeBron James has done since 2010. Leaving Cleveland to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. Returning to Cleveland to pair up with Kyrie Irving. Then heading to Los Angeles to link up with Anthony Davis. Pippen's message is clear. LeBron stacked the deck every time. He moved, recruited, and reshaped rosters to give himself the best possible path to a title. Meanwhile, Pippen says he won his 6 rings by staying put, staying loyal, and competing with the team he had. And this kind of criticism from NBA legends didn't come out of nowhere. It's been building for years. After the Golden State Warriors swept LeBron's Cavaliers in the 2018 finals, Charles Barkley went on NBA TV and dropped a statement so blunt, so aggressive, that people are still talking about it today.
I'm just going to say this. Any media person that I see in person for the rest of my life who try to tell me LeBron James is good as Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of him right on the spot. Right on the damn spot. No question asked. And I'm going to take my chances with the judicial system.
9. That wasn't a hot take. That was conviction, and he didn't stop there. He made sure everyone understood exactly how serious he was. Remember, Charles Barkley didn't just watch Michael Jordan from afar, he battled him on the court. He felt that presence firsthand. He knows what separated MJ from everyone else in a way no stat sheet or debate show ever could. So when Barkley says LeBron doesn't have that same killer instinct, he isn't speculating. He's speaking from lived experience, something almost no one else can claim. And when Barkley watched LeBron go on the Pat McAfee show and publicly go after reporters, it only confirmed what he'd believed for years. LeBron wants control. He wants to shape the narrative. He wants to be crowned the greatest and is willing to pressure anyone who doesn't fall in line, and Scottie Pippen wasn't finished either. In that same interview, he laid out exactly why, in his mind, LeBron and Michael Jordan don't even belong in the same conversation. And the reasoning he gave may be the most brutal argument ever made in this entire debate.
When someone like LeBron has to spread that out for 20 plus years, it's not the same drive. It's not the same fight. It's not the same hunger. And so when people try to make those comparisons of those two players, it's like talking to someone in the front seat and the back seat. They ain't even in the same lane.
They're not even in the same lane. That's the point Scottie Pippen is making. In his view, Michael Jordan compressed all of his greatness into 12 to 14 years of pure, unapologetic dominance. Every night was maximum intensity. No pacing. No load management. No coasting. Just relentless, killer basketball from start to finish. LeBron, by contrast, has stretched his career across 2 full decades. And according to Pippen, that difference matters. To him, it signals something deeper. The drive isn't the same. The hunger isn't the same. The fire isn't the same. So where does that leave LeBron James? From the legends who actually played the game at the highest level, the verdict is harsh. Charles Barkley says LeBron is a bully and a control freak who lacks the killer instinct that defined Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Scottie Pippen says his own team's success surpasses LeBron's and argues that LeBron had to chase championships instead of earning them organically. Barkley has said for years that LeBron is simply too nice to be placed alongside the truly ruthless greats. These aren't random voices on social media. These are Hall of Famers. Champions. Players who lived in the pressure, who felt the fear in packed arenas, who understand exactly what it takes to win when everything is on the line. They know the difference between good, great, and legendary because they were in the arena themselves. The numbers say LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time. The scoring record. The longevity. 10 finals appearances. All of it is historic and deserves respect. But the legends are measuring something else. They're measuring heart, they're measuring fear, they're measuring that killer instinct, the thing you either have or you don't. And by that standard, they're telling you LeBron James comes up short. So what do you think? Is Charles Barkley right? Is LeBron really just a nice guy who lacks the ruthless edge of the true greats? Or is this simply an older generation refusing to accept how the game has evolved? Drop your take in the comments. This debate is far from over. And if you want more breakdowns of the real conversations happening in basketball, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.